Are you in all states, or how do you? I know you are based here in Chicago.
Well, no, we're not based here. We're based in Los Angeles.
Oh, is that right?
And there are regional seminars all over the country. So there's about 70 of those. And then there's a number of international sites that have regional leadership seminars. And then usually two ambassadors are selected from each of the regional sites and sent to this.
Oh, is that right?
This is the World Leadership Congress.
So you don't have offices here?
No, we're having it here at Loyola this year. We had it at George Washington. We've been to down in Orlando. It's been at UCLA.
You are in California.
Yes.
My goodness, I didn't know that. Okay.
No, it's quite a few. But Hugh was the old Wyatt Earp from back in the day.
Yeah, so I hear.
So this was his thing. So we're 52 years now.
He must have been a visionary leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, to come up with something like this.
I went through the program in '83.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh.
So I'm the senior alumni here, the old man of the group. So it's quite.
So what attracted you to the program?
As a volunteer now, because I've been here for 7 years. Back in the day, they had a big poster at my high school, and so we did some essays, and I went through this interview process, and they select one sophomore from each high school, and I was selected from my school. So. After that, the rest is history. It really had an amazing impact on me.
Oh my gosh!
And so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yes, you're exposed to quite a bit that you wouldn't normally be exposed to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parents that aren't prepared.
Yeah.
To teach leadership if
exactly.
they were. They might be a phenomenal chemist or whatever.
Yeah.
So it fills definitely a void in the market.
Yeah.
So now, do you do much volunteer work on your own?
Yes, I do. I volunteer with Habitat for Humanity at times when I get a chance, and I'm thinking that now that I'm focusing on building schools, I think I can get to volunteer with some of the issues that I'm passionate about. I foresee myself volunteering within institutions that are looking at the research of HIV prevention. That's an area that I'm interested in. Yeah.
Fantastic. So how did you end up in Oklahoma?
When I was in Zimbabwe, I asked the embassy, since I'm coming from the rural areas, do you have an institution that you can encourage me to go, or that you can advise? And they said, we know nothing, but we advise you to go to the U.S. library in Harare. So I went to the U.S. library. I met this woman, and she said, well, I think I know where you can go. You with 5 kids coming from rural, and the area that you're coming from, I think I'm familiar with that. I know of a school that can fit you well. And I said, which one? And she said, Oklahoma State University. It's in Stillwater, a small college town.
I'm in Dallas. I know right where it is.
And they have red soils. They also have indigenous people. And Zimbabwe, we have red soils. So I said, well, that's it for me. And I found myself.
I was in Nairobi and Moshi a couple years ago, so I'm familiar with the area. I had to climb Kili.
Oh, you did?
I did.
You didn't die?
No.
Many people, they go to Kilimanjaro.
It was beautiful country.
Oh, and the people are so beautiful.
So have you thought about expanding? Are you going to focus on just your area for your school?
No, I want to focus on the whole of Africa, but I'm starting with my village. Obvious, I'm an evaluator by profession. I want to see the impact of that before I can go and do a similar program in other areas. I would love to learn best practices and mistakes, obvious, that we are going to make, and make sure that before we can go to other countries, at least we have a good system working on. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So the youth today, even this group, they look at college majors and they look at that list and go, oh my gosh, I don't know what I want to do. And they look at all the volunteer opportunities.
Yeah.
What would you recommend in how to find your passion when you look at that list and you don't know where to start and it's a big mountain? How would you recommend?
Volunteering is the best thing that you can do to find yourself, because at times we go to these colleges, there's a list and we do it because we just want to have a degree, and then when we start working we hate it so much. But when you volunteer, you begin to interact with others, you begin to identify who you are and what's your passion and what you want. And when you go to college, you go with that vision, knowing exactly what you want. You don't have to go because you don't have to take what's on the list, but you're driven by an energy that is from you, within you.
How fantastic.
Yeah.
So these are high school sophomores.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a good age to hit them with all of this? Do you think it's too old? Should we start younger? Should we start older?
I think this is a good age group. We can also start younger, because what happens is if we don't address leadership issues at this level, tomorrow we'll be dealing with angry young women and young men. This is the age that we can catch them so that they can start believing in themselves. And I think in most cases, to be a visionary, you have to tap into something that you know, and that's what's going to give you a direction to look at things and say, this is what I want to do. So, and I think that HOBY is providing that niche where kids can look at themselves and say, wow, I am a leader. I remember I was talking this afternoon, I said these are the future leaders. The executive director, I think, he said, no, they are leaders right now. And I kind of like that, because they need to believe themselves as leaders today, and tomorrow they'll be the best because they would have experienced it when they were young.
So where's your happy place when you get stressed? Do you have a place that you go where you clock out? And...
You know, I enjoy reading novels. One of my best authors is John Grisham. I don't know if you're familiar.
I am
with
indeed.
Him. So that's what I read. So that's my happy moment when I want to find my own space. I just go to some of his books and I just read. I enjoy reading him so much. I think it just shows that I enjoy issues of, you know, when somebody's really looking at issues of disparities and inequities, and he covers a lot of that. And you begin to understand some of the root causes of social ills. You begin to see it in that way. So. Though it may seem like I'm in my own space of enjoying myself, but I think I'm learning a lot from his writing. Yeah.
Fantastic. So do you spend most of your time in Africa, or are you back here a lot now?
Right now, I spend my time here, but I go to Africa back and forth a lot. And because now we are building, we are in the construction stage, so I can't do much. But I'm thinking that as soon as they finish construction of that school, I'll be there, because I want to work with the local team on the curriculum of the school. I want to make sure that we have the best curriculum that we can offer to our kids, and also encouraging to have as many local teachers as we can, so that they also get trained in the program, even if they're not going to be teaching at my school, but also teachers within the surroundings, if they can also be involved in the program. Yeah.
Nice. So where did you think, do you think a lot of this is learned when you talk about passion and leadership? You know, I don't know, where did you find yours initially? You had a passion for learning and reading. Where did that come from? Did you really learn that? Or did you just have it, so to speak?
You know, I don't believe leaders are born. I don't believe that. I believe that we learn from our environment. And I also believe that our environment may be limited, but there are always these individuals that we can learn from. And they have the ability to reach out to others and provide that spark plug. And I believe our youth today, if they are surrounded by those individuals who truly believe in them, the leadership probably is there, but it's at a lower level. Because for a child to be able to say, I need to tie my shoes, that's leadership. Because he wants to look smart or she wants to look smart. But to what extent can we take that and shape it into some leadership skills that can benefit the child as well as the society? And I think when I see like what HOBY is doing, HOBY represents that individual who is igniting those leadership skills in our youth. So I come from a society where you can't do it as an individual. It's a collective process. So as we say, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a HOBY and it's as a village to raise leadership within the youth. So it's not something that I think you are born with.
So maybe mentorship is an essential element.
That's mentorship.
Who is a mentor to you?
Who has mentored me? I have so many people who mentored me. I had the HEFA International President, Jolak. She mentored me when she came to the village. I also had my mother. My mother also mentored me. And I have been lucky in my life that I have always interacted with people who were willing to mentor me. And without that mentor, without that individual who can provide the spark plug in me, I don't think I would have done what I have done. I would have given up a long time ago. But I had people who looked into my eyes and said, Tererai, you have come a long way. You can do it. Believe in yourself. And I believed in myself.
And you've done well.
Thank you.
So is there a secret to leadership?
I think the secret to leadership, having that mentor that you believe in and listening and surrounding yourself with positive energy, as I was discussing. And I think that really helps. And trying to define leadership in a way that you understand it as an individual. For me, the way I defined my leadership was I have to be happy with myself. I have to love myself. I have to believe in what my mentor is saying about me. If they believe I can achieve it, I think I can achieve this. And believing in that, and then getting yourself to work and listen to the good advice that they're giving you, I think it's critical, it's important. And also to realize that we live in a world of inequity. What can I do for my world? What can I do for my community? Because some of us, we are privileged. We never asked. I have friends that tell me, Tererai, I never asked to be born in the US. I never asked to be born rich. So what can I do to reach out to the poor who never also asked to be born poor? I think we have a fundamental role to play in this society to reach out to others.
I so appreciate your time. Thank you so much
You're
for coming.
welcome.
I hope we see you again.
Oh, I hope so.
The students had such a powerful impact.
I enjoyed them. They gave me so much energy. It's interesting that their energy made me want to
cheer.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So you've spoken to so many groups. How many? You've got 400 students in here.
This is the best.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not only saying it because I've never spoken to a group of youth. I've always, spoken to adults or mixed groups, but to be in a room where the youthfulness is everywhere and they show their passion and their commitment. Oh, what an honor. Yeah, and they cheer you up and they make you feel you're the most important thing that That was amazing. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I really
Well, I
did.
so look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
May God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.